had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. To throw is Wilson. Buying time and a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Curl.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
But it certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Chambers. And it's caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Gibson again.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Back to throw. Chambers.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
McCann's kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot. And it did.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Now Wilson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now Wilson on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Those defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, a leap, and he would make the catch. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Washington.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Chambers.
No!
But it's incomplete. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Chambers. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal. And all deep in his own territory. Calls up the football.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now it's Wilson.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And this pass broken
Incomplete.
And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Chambers. For the left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st down, it's Gibson.
He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
On 3rd and 2, Chambers.
No!
Took a shot.
Tutto solo.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
McCann's kick up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it? And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. It's now 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
This one swung out here to Jones.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. It's the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right, and smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
No.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
They'll try again with Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Wilson on the keeper. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Clay Brooks to return it. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
It's 2nd and 8.
Second and 8.
Off the play fake. Chambers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the whip.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the gun on third down, Chambers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, it's Gibson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast. And as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And some room to roam now. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. Out to his left. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Wilson.
A check down here to Jones.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Wilson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Off play action. Chambers rolling to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Chambers. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. They go play action now. Wilson. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Play action. Now Wilson. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Jones will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. On second and goal, Wilson under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And not a good time for the sack on second and goal, a loss of 6. And now it's third down. Here's Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Touchdown.
No.
Packers.
Bravissimo.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Clay Brooks to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
No.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Chambers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the
Come incomplete?
ball.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
E andiamo. Vabbè, questa sì. Ma era buona, si vedeva,
They'll run on first down. Gibson.
No, holding. Holding.
And he'll take this into the end zone.
C'è visto, holding.
We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to Gates. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
No.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 8 yards to go on second down. Now Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Lo so, t'ha detto.
Another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it for the...
Ci può stare, dai, una partita storta t'è andata. Hai sbagliato, cioè, t'ha detto male sugli intercetti e sono stato pure un po' bravo io a leggerti. Però so quelle partite in cui ti dice male tutto quello che ti può dire male, cioè so quelle cose che basta che cambia un episodio e cambia il risultato.
Antonio Gibson taking it in from a yard out. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. McCann now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
No, la squadra è forte, però calcola che io sto giocando con tantissimi rookie e tutti presi dal draft che sono cresciuti. Lo so.
Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So benissimo che diciamo quando abbiamo iniziato io sapevo che la tua squadra era più forte la prima season, la seconda, poi la mia sarebbe diventata forte perché comunque tutti giovani forti, la difesa soprattutto. Purtroppo. Dai. A me, diciamo, a prescindere da vittoria e sconfitta, il gioco mi è piaciuto come l'hanno costruito. Sai che cosa farei? Farei un po' meno forti i superstar e i cosi, perché cambiano troppo la squadra. Cioè, cercherei sempre di dare in mano al coach il destino della squadra, più che alla super presa.
Give to Jones, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all.
Quello è Jonathan. Io poi manco lo uso a mano, figurati. Lo sai che io non uso il DT, quindi c'è proprio una cosa che fa lui. Cioè io cambio su di lui nel momento in cui vedo che è uscito che ha rotto il blocco, perché io non sono capace con la DL a gestire i blocchi. Vedi, questo è il cornerback, cioè, ha fatto un intercetto riportato in end zone e c'ha 95 di jump. Quello, cioè, sono le caratteristiche sue. L'ho preso al draft quest'anno, quindi penso è proprio rookie. Cioè non c'ha avuto manco tanto sviluppo.
And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions.
Sì, però avevo messo il drop, È cover 2 drop. Non è la
Not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now.
Ma perché io sì, però ci sono degli aggiustamenti difensivi, per cui io gli posso dire non te ne fregare del giocatore che va in flat, perché guardo la situazione di punteggio, guardo la situazione di tempo e dico che me ne frega di andare a coprire flat. Cioè anche ci sta questo tipo di aggiustamento.
Wilson will throw again. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year.
No, ma io non ti parlo però di over the top, attenzione, perché l'over the top lo applichi su un determinato schema. C'è la cover 2, c'è la sync, che è quella che uso più spesso, che come assegnamento primario i cornerback non si fermano alla traccia flat, ma come assegnamento si chiama sync perché è seta, quindi seguono il wide receiver che va a profondo, anche se giocano in cover 2, cioè una cover 2 matchata con a uomo, per cui se c'è un wide receiver che va a profondo, il cornerback sa che non deve andare sul flat. Quello a prescindere da over the top. No, la squadra è, lo so, siamo arrivati alla 5ª stagione. Bella Tam. Prossimo anno dici?
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.